What's going on, people? What's going on? What's going on? It's Wednesday, November the 15th, 2023. Welcome to another episode of High Shelf Royalty. Today, I want to dip into, negative energy, because it seems like it's a lot of it going on. And today I experienced a lot of it just in ways that I just didn't even understand how. I just kept running into it, you understand what I'm saying? But it was just one of those things where it just kept coming across my path today. I'll kind of break down the scenarios to you and kind of let you know. But before I get there, it's just, I just want to, the negative energy that we got going on out here in the world is, it needs to be offset and balanced by a lot more positive energy, you know what I'm saying? So before I tell you what happened to me today, I just want to let you know, spread some positive energy if you can, you know what I'm saying? It's still early in the day enough to spread something for today, but if you can't get out there and spread nothing today, make sure you spread something for tomorrow or the rest of the week, whatever may have you, man, because it's too much going on negative in the world where people just got to wake up and just go outside and see the same negative things every day, man. Just, if you can, just be positive with somebody and keep the positive energy going, because obviously somebody has some negative energy and kept a trail going, and they just been going all day, all week maybe. But first and foremost, man, I was driving today at work, man. I'm on my way out of town. I was going to New York. And it's, I didn't know this not too long ago, but there's a thing in Jersey where you can't, it's illegal apparently to pump your own gas. So, as a truck driver, I pull up to the rest stop and I go to get gas, but I don't get out the truck because, like I said, it's illegal to pump your own gas, so you got to let the attendants kind of take care of it. But I pull up to the station today, and this one attendant guy, man, he's an older gentleman, so he's moving kind of sluggish to my truck and everything like that. So, you can just kind of sometimes tell that somebody is just, or for lack of better words, not feeling the color of your skin, you know what I mean? Don't necessarily want to call them a racist, you know what I mean? But in your heart of hearts, you just know that this person just is on some, damn, I wish I just didn't have to serve or help this person with something. So he was giving me that vibe 100% as soon as he got into the truck, So I asked the guy what's going on, you know what I mean? He had about a foot in the distance between my door and stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever, COVID's still real. So I asked him, I'm like, man, what's going on? My man looked at me, straight face. The craziest response ever, it's cold out here. Well, first of all, sir, I didn't I didn't tell you to pick this job as a profession. I didn't do your time sheets. I didn't do your application. I didn't even give you the application. So it's kind of hard to understand why you're so upset at me for me just coming to do what you're supposed to get paid to do, and that's pump my gas. So he proceeds to pump my gas and everything like that. But here's where it gets a little crazy, because as I go and give him the card, because, it's cash or credit, told him credit. Go to get him my card, and he snatches it right out of my hand. I mean, snatches it blatantly. So at this point in time, now you're pissing me off, because I didn't do anything to you except pull into the gas station and sit in my truck as which y'all stated me to do in this city or this state. So now I'm confused as to why you got an attitude. So I told the man, don't snatch nothing else from me. Like, that's where we can draw the line at right there. So he proceeds on to pump my gas. Now, when it gets crazier is when he comes back to me, gives me my receipt, or goes to give me my receipt and my card. Now, when he goes to give me my receipt and my card, I still have not left my truck yet. I go to grab my receipt and my card. My man drops my receipt and my card right out of his hand. Boom. Let it hit the ground. At this point in time, I am almost through the roof. So I go proceed to get out my car. I'm in my truck. And automatically, I'm enraged. I'm not going to lie to you. I was pissed off, because I'm like, this is way too fast disrespect for me. So I get out the truck, and automatically the other parking attendant, or the gas attendant, tell me, man, it's okay, I'm sorry, sir. Proceeds to pick my card and the receipt up and give it to me and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I just proceed on about my day. Get to New York, get to my stop. Everything's supposed to be running smoother. Now I get to my stop to unload what I need to unload. Now, there's a loading dock at the storage unit that I'm dropping my stuff off in New York. No problem. Do it every week now. So I go to the loading dock. And on side of the loading dock is a ramp for people to walk up and down when they have their stuff that they're bringing inside the storage unit. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to everybody else that was there too. There's a gentleman with his van on the ramp that the people have to walk up and down. So when I asked the gentleman if this is his truck, the gentleman looks at me. Now, mind you, this man is in a regular 15-passenger van. We've all seen one. We've probably even been in one a few times in our life. I, on the other hand, have an 18-foot box truck. This gentleman proceeds to tell me that. Now, mind you, my truck is not see-through, so you do not know what's in here. This gentleman tells me that it's easier for me, and I should unload my stuff on the street. Now, at this point in time, I asked this gentleman, do you even know what's in my truck? Now, here's where it gets a little spicy, because obviously you knew enough comprehensible English to have a conversation with me to tell me that I could unload on the street. But the moment I asked you if you knew what's in my truck, here's where the Spanish kicks in, and now you don't speak any English. So, obviously we know he's doing this on purpose. But little do you know, the people that are coming to pick up these orders that I'm coming down to deliver, well, we're in New York City. Somebody here speaks Spanish. So, we get a Spanish speaker to break down some interpretation for my man. Oh, now we done crossed some type of line, because now he just doesn't want to talk to me nor the Spanish gentleman who is trying to work it out for him. So, we obviously are at a stalemate because he's not moving his truck, and I can't unload my truck until he moves because I have to go down this ramp. We all stand there, we're looking at him. He finally tells us that he's finishing up and he's about to move. Well, now he's telling us this because we've already made the call for somebody in management to come and have him removed. He moves his stuff. We proceed on with the day. Everything runs smooth from there. Fast forward. Now I drive all the way back from New York. Now I get to my house, okay? Get to my house. I've driven about 4 hours from New York to get to my house. So I'm just tired. I just want to pull up, get in the house as fast as possible and relax, okay? Now, I just recently moved into this house maybe about a year and a half ago. So I'm still fairly new to the neighborhood, me and my family, all right? But we abide by, or we try to be as peaceful neighbors as possible. We don't want any people to, we don't want to rub anybody wrong. You know, we live around about a bunch of people that are a little older in age. So we don't want to offend anybody. We don't do anything wild and outrageous. You know what I mean? We try to keep everything as respectful and cordial as possible. Okay. Now, just to give you a quick little backstory. One of my neighbors, she has a house to the right of me. Now, although the parking spaces are on the sidewalk, belong to the city, I personally don't know anybody who has a house and have a vehicle, and you have a sidewalk area right out front of your house where you do not want to park your vehicle in front of your house. I've never met one person who has a house and says, I'm just going to park my truck or my car down the street or around the corner, because it just makes more sense that way. No, if you got a house where you can see your car outside of your window, you're going to want to park your car outside your window. It just makes more sense. I mean, somebody can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but if I can look outside and see my vehicle, I feel safer that way. So, maybe a couple of months ago, I pulled up to my house, and my wife and I were going to we were going in the house, but see, this particular incident was the first incident. I pulled up to the house, and she's getting some yard work done. No problem. I have no problem with that. You getting your yard work done. But the gentleman that's doing your yard work is parked in front of my house. Now, I technically don't have a problem with it because it's the city. I mean, it is what it is. I could have probably parked somewhere else, but I don't see the make sense of it where I need to park somewhere else when the gentleman whose car this is right there looking directly at me trying to park. So I kindly get out my car, ask the gentleman, is this your truck? He says, yes. I'm like, can you move? I'm trying to, just move up so I can park. He said, yeah, give me 1 second. So I get back in the truck. About 5 minutes go by. My wife and I are still sitting in this truck. This gentleman is looking at me while he is talking to my neighbor. Now, if you're a reasonable neighbor, you probably would have told your friend or whoever it was, the contractor or whatever it is, to just, slide up. Or if you were decent enough in the beginning, you probably would have told him to not park there. You would have moved your vehicle up so that he can park in front of your house. Makes sense to me. Fast forward a little bit. No, matter of fact, let's back it up. So I stepped back up out of the car because some time had went by, and I asked him, my man, can you move your truck? So now he comes and he moves the truck. At that point in time, the neighbor stopped speaking to me altogether. Me and the whole family. She just doesn't want to speak anymore. That's fine. I'm not breaking my back or losing any sleep if you don't speak to me. That's not a big deal for me. It's not a neighbor deal breaking rule. So fast forward. Yesterday I come home. She's getting more work done to the house. So now she's getting some work done in the inside of the house. Now she's got a contractor there. The gentleman has a van. No problem. I see the gentleman outside. I don't even have to interact with the neighbor yesterday. See the gentleman outside. He sees me trying to pull up. Cool. Hey, brother, you mind moving your van up just a little bit so I can pull right here? Cool. He does. No problem. We good. Today, though, we get home. Like I told you, I've been to New York. I came home, 4-hour drive. I'm just trying to sit back, relax, and chill. Come home. Now, she's getting some carpet removed. This is the work that she's getting done to her house. She's getting some new carpet, I guess. So now, I go pull up to my house. Now, there's a small chain fence that divides my lawn and her lawn, okay? Real clear. Everybody can see it. I come home, pull up to my house. Not only is my man's truck parked back out in front of my house, so now I can't park in front of my house. My man has the audacity, her and the neighbor at this point in time, because I don't know who made this make sense, but not only do you got carpet being put in your house, you brought all the rows of carpet that you had coming out of your house, and you put every one of the rows in my lawn. You have a whole lawn directly outside of your house, obviously where the gentleman came from when they brought it out. But you told them, or was it whoever idea it was, to put all the rows of old carpet in front of my in my lawn. So now, I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to handle this scenario, because obviously the day is going kind of crazy for me. So I politely knocked on the door. I asked the lady. To be honest with you, I don't even know the lady's name, okay? So this is how much communication me and this lady have, okay? I've never parked in her parking space. I've never made sure that she couldn't park in her space. My dog goes outside and takes a walk. I make sure he doesn't go in her yard. All of the things that I'm supposed to do, okay? Knocks on this lady's door. I say, ma'am, I understand that you're getting some work done to your house. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But I'm not understanding why you have all the old carpet rolls, which is garbage, in my yard. Instead of the lady making some sense out of this for me, she tells me they'll be gone in 30 to 40 minutes. Well, ma'am, that may be true, but I asked the gentleman yesterday to move out of the space, okay? Now, I don't understand why, again, I'm back to the same issue. If you have a contractor coming to your house, why would you not move your vehicle, the one that's parked in front of you, directly in front of your house? Why wouldn't you move it up or across the street so that the contractors can have an easier access route to their truck from your house and not in my yard? So now I knock on the door to ask them to move, and now I become a bully because I don't want you to put your trash in my yard. If this is making some sense to me, I'm trying to find it, because at that point in time, it was not being clearly put together for me. So now the lady, she came, first of all, she came to the door with an attitude, because like I said, she hasn't spoke to me since I asked the first guy to move out the spot. Now it's something small like a parking space, but again, it's directly in front of my house. If you have work done to your house, why not have them park in front of your house? Now, just like I told the lady, if she tells me that this is a public sidewalk, a public street, that may be true, but my lawn is not public. I pay for that. Like, this is, I'm not understanding why you making it not make sense for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to argue with nobody that's older than me. You know what I'm saying? This lady's probably old enough to be my mother or grandmother. But, I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. You know, older people always got this thing where they feel like they're entitled to be right 100% of the time because they've been here more years than you. I mean, nobody is arguing with the fact that you are older than me. I am not here to argue with you on that. But right is right and wrong is wrong. If I come home, if that lady comes home every day and I got my work truck, my personal truck, and every other person that I know parked on